Hello. Our next book is Winnie the Pooh meets Gopher. And it is based on a story by I think it's Milne. Milne? And we already can see our characters, Pooh and Gopher. We can see that Gopher's holding up a light. So we know that this is personification. This is fiction. And I think we can also see at the beginning of this book that we have a little problem. Somebody does not look happy, and they're kind of sitting in this like a little sand trap area or something, a little cave, because we can't see what's going on behind him. Possibly, do you think he could look stuck? I don't know. So I think we're going to have a problem in this story. This story is also going to have a beginning, middle, and an end. And that is called the sequence to the story. And I would like you to inference or to think for a moment, what do you think could be happening to Pooh? Why do you think he looks this way, or he could be stuck? Why is Gopher holding up a lantern in front of his face? So let's see if we can find out what is going on here. Now, I'd also like you to pay attention to intonation. That's the way I read the story. Sometimes using the tone of our voice can change how the story sounds, or can make the story more interesting or more funny. That's called intonation. All right, we are at the beginning of this story. Winnie the Pooh lived in the forest under the name Sanders. And here we have another character coming in. It looks like a bunny rabbit, maybe. Which means he had the name Sanders over his door that he lived under. You can tell the setting of the story looks like it's out in the forest, maybe, area. It's not a city. It looks like probably a forest area. One day when Pooh was sitting, resting, his clock chimed. Ding, ding. Now, what does that mean, wondered Pooh. He knew it meant something, but being a bear of little brain, he had to think and think. Oh, yes, that was it. It was time for his stoutness exercises. Up, down, went Pooh, humming a little hum. He's doing his exercises. Here it looks like we're inside of his house. Doing his stoutness exercises always made Pooh hungry. Oh, bother. The honey pot was empty again. Look at that empty honey pot. How do we know that? Because only one little drop is coming out of the pot. There was nothing in it. He would have to go and find some. So off he goes. And so Pooh went out walking and came to a sandy bank with a hole in it. Look at that hole. It was the rabbit's hole. And Rabbit might say, what about a bit of lunch? Is anybody home? Called Pooh. No, said the voice. Oh, bother, said Pooh. Is that you, Rabbit? No, came the voice. Pooh stuck his head in the hole. Oh, hello, Pooh, said Rabbit. What a pleasant surprise. What about a bit of lunch? I do feel like a little something now that I have come to think of it, said Pooh, and he settled down to a large, small helping of honey and condensed milk without bread. For a long time, Pooh ate and ate and ate. Oh, so much. Then, in a rather sticky voice, he said goodbye to Rabbit and started to climb out the hole. Uh-oh. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, help! Oh, bother! I'm stuck, said Pooh. It's all comes of eating too much, said Rabbit, and he started pushing, but it was no help. It all comes from not having front doors big enough, said Pooh. I shall go and fetch Christopher Robin, said Rabbit, dashing out the door. Don't go away. Well, could he go away? I don't know. I don't think so. And there is our picture. Now, how do you think he looks when you see his face? I think he looks maybe distressed. Say, are you stuck? Said Owl, who had landed nearby. No, I am just resting and thinking, said Pooh. Owl looked at him closely. You, sir, are stuck, he said. This situation obviously calls for an expert. Here I am, since I am Samuel J. Gopher, an excavation expert at your service. There's the gopher. There is the owl. Gopher strutted around Pooh, poking and prodding. He said. Hard digging, danger of cave-in, need planks for bracing, big job 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days, said Pooh. What about lunches? No problem, said Gopher. Always bring my own lunch. Run into money, strictly cash. Think it over, let me know, here's my card. And he disappeared as suddenly as he had arrived. Cheer up, Pooh Bear, we're coming, called the voice. Christopher Robin, Kanga, Roo, and Piglet, and everyone, and Eeyore and Rabbit appeared over the hill. They started pulling and pulling and pulling. There's only one thing to do, said Christopher Robin at last. We'll have to wait until you get thin. This might take weeks or even months, said Eeyore. And no meals, said Christopher Robin. Oh dear. Oh dear. Now it's raining. And there was Winnie the Pooh, half in the hole and half outside. Night fell, rain fell. When Pooh got wet, Rabbit and the others had to wring him out. They sang with him, sustaining songs, and tried to cheer him up. Pooh tried not to think about eating. Then they all went home and Pooh was left all by himself. All alone. I still think I could blast out of here, said Gopher, appearing suddenly. You are that stuck-up bear, aren't you? He said. Said Pooh absent-mindedly, eyeing the gopher's lunchbox. Right there. What is in your box? Said Pooh, suspecting something yummy in there. Let me see, said Gopher busily. There's a little cold salmon, some custard, and, oh, yes, some honey. Honey, breathed Pooh. Look at him now. What's his face looking like? He's smiling. Honey, gasped Rabbit from her hole. Oh no, not that. Finding the front door still full, he dashed out by the back door and ran around just in time to see Gopher politely handing Pooh a fat jar of honey. Stop it at once, said the rabbit, snatching the jar. Now stop it at once, not one drop. Oh, Rabbit, I wasn't going to eat it, said Pooh. I was only going to taste it. Do you believe he was only going to taste it? I will taste it, said Rabbit gradually. You are in a predicament. No tasting, no eating, till you are thin. Thoughtfully, he tasted the honey. Then he gave the jar back to Gopher. Very good. In fact, not bad at all. But not for Pooh Bear. Look at the sign they put up. Do not feed the bear. Where else have we seen these signs? Can you think of other places where we see signs, do not feed the bears? Rabbit was quite busy for a long time down in his hole. When he came up, he had a sign which he had made, and the sign said, don't feed the bear. Gopher didn't come back after that. Pooh got thinner and thinner until at last, when they all pulled, the rabbit pushed, pop, out came Pooh, and off he went flying through the air. Christopher Robin, Piglet, Eeyore, and Kanga, and Roo all ended up in one big heap. Where is he? Oh, where is he? Said the rabbit, looking out of his front door at last. Stuck again, said Eeyore. Uh-oh, where is he stuck now? Oh, look. Can you see something? Use your eyes. Where is he stuck now? Don't worry, silly bear, said Christopher Robin in a loving voice. We will get you out. Oh, there's no hurry, said Pooh. This is the right kind of tree and the right kind of bee. What a happy ending for Pooh. Being stuck with honey. Love you.